Okay, is this a good idea? No. Is this gonna go wrong? Probably yes. Am I gonna charge ahead and do it anyway? Also yes. Let's just do it. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. But this video has got nothing to do with vocals. So if you want coaching, you can find me on sstvocals.com, but that's not why we are here today. So as you may know, I recently got to 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And it arrived in the post here. So we're gonna unbox this and YouTube says, oh, you should do something to mark the occasion. So the only thing that has been stuck in my head is I am going to make my hair match the plaque. Silver. So we're gonna do that. I will start this by saying, if you want to do this at home, don't. Just go and see someone that knows what they're doing. I am not a professional hair anything. I cut my own hair out of convenience, but I'm just gonna do it. Why not? So I've got mixy things and bleachy things and developy things, and we're just gonna go and try and take this dark hair up to white and then silver. Funnily enough, like if you look at my hair on the screen, it looks really dark, but up close, there's so much gray and silver in my hair now. Like if I meet people that I've not seen for a while, they go, oh my God, your hair's really silver and gray now. So I'm really gonna take it silver and gray. So let's just get started. So before, I'm not just running into this like completely blind like I do with my reaction videos. I have looked up a little bit of what I should and shouldn't do, and I know that I should avoid the roots first. So I am not good at doing that like splitting, layering jazz. So what I'm gonna do is take my hair and put them into little bunches using these hair ties. I'm gonna bleach whatever's at the top and then leave whatever's at the bottom until later. And we're gonna see if that works. So I'm just gonna get started. I'm also going to be doing a wee Q&A from my Discord while we do this, so this video is just a giant mess. So that's probably what the title is going to be. This video is a mess. But anyway, let's start tying my hair into wee bunches. Right, I might just have to like cut over to when this is all tied up. Oh, see you in like a million years.
One eternity later.
Okay, this is a look. I look like Cynthia from Rugrats. Or is that the doll, Cynthia? That is who I feel like. Anyway, so that's that tied up. And now we are gonna start bleaching it. I look so stupid. Anyway, so I got this pure bleach powder rapid blue from ICANN, I think it's called. I don't know if that's focusing, but anyway, I got that, and then ICANN 30 developer. I chose 30 because it was between 40 and 20, and no other reason. So I'm gonna mix that up, and then I'm gonna do the ends first because they're gonna lift slower. Apparently, the roots lift really fast, so that's why I've done this. Anyway, let's go. And that goes, and I'm gonna measure I'm just gonna make a paste. Mix that together. Okay, that's starting to look pretty good. It's kind of thick, like a pudding. So I'm just gonna start putting that on my ends, but I'm gonna put gloves on first. I probably should have done that when I was stirring, but there we are. Do I look cool yet? Have I ever looked cool? Okay, here we go. And I'm just gonna cake it on. Like, why not? Okay, so that is the ends done. This stuff stinks. It's making me choke. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and put a cap on to kind of intubate it or incubate it, and we'll answer some questions. Hi, Toady Bear. Don't ask what I'm doing. This is a great look, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so on my Discord, I asked people to ask me anything. There's a section on there. So if you've ever got questions for me, join my Discord. You can throw it in there and I will answer it in videos at random intervals. So one question that's been asked is, as a vocal coach and YouTube reactor, you probably have heard a huge variety of genres. What music do you listen to on an everyday basis and what is your go-to karaoke songs? So yes, I have listened to a ton of new stuff that I probably never would have before if it weren't for you guys suggesting them, so thanks for that. But what do I listen to on a daily basis? Usually quite like soft, lo-fi, kind of soulful stuff. I'm really into Madison Ryan Ward. I really like Lizzie McAlpine. I really like Daniel Caesar. I really like Bruno Major. I really like Jordan Rakai. I really like Tom Misch. If you go and listen to all these people, you'll kind of hear a theme. I don't know how I would describe it. But yeah, just very kind of laid back, easy listening stuff. I also like listening to jazz, like old jazz, like Ella Fitzgerald and Chet Baker and Louis Armstrong and all kind of Billie Holiday, all those kind of sorts of things. As for my go-to karaoke songs, I don't really do karaoke, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Call Me Al by Paul Simon because it gets everyone up and going. Next question is, have you become a new fan of many new genres or artists through doing YouTube? If so, which ones? Yes, I found a deep new appreciation for metal music. I just find it's really like technically amazing music. The vocal style is probably the hardest vocal style I could think of, like even more difficult than opera, I would say. All these harsh vocals, which I'm starting to try and understand in my own vocal anatomy sense, the way I understand how the voice works, is just insane to me. I really want to study more on metal singing types with the model that I do, and then come back with that understanding and see how that kind of works with what the people in the metal industry kind of describe the vocal styles as well, if that makes sense. That was very garbled. Sorry. Next question. What proportion would you say good singing comes from natural talent, ear, versus technique, practice, work? Some people combine both beautifully, but how limited is skill by innate ability? So firstly, I would say if you're going to learn singing on your own and become self-taught, you have got to have a good ear. Good singing and good listening go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. And if you become proficient at singing through just listening to folk and copying and then developing your own style through there, then you may not ever need a vocal coach. But the vocal coaching aspect of it and the training aspect of it will give you a deeper understanding of how you are doing what you're doing, and then it'll allow you to make more choices and you'll become kind of more varied in your singing style and you'll have a lot more control. So you don't necessarily need coaching if you're a really good natural singer. If you have no natural talent whatsoever, you can learn to sing. It might take a bit longer because you're kind of having to learn the mechanics along the way, but it's completely doable. It just takes a bit longer, and again, you need to develop that ear at the same time that you're developing your voice. Next question is, Sam, do you enjoy metal music just because of a good voice or voices, even growl, or do you really like the sound of it, the guitar riffs, the double pedal? I really like the sound of it for all of those things. I like the weight to metal music. I like the fact that it blends styles together. It's quite classical in times, like in certain metal kind of corners, but it's always like that heavy bass line. I love a good beat, so the drums are right up my street and the voices are just like, cherry on the cake. Okay, next one. I just watched your Song So He reaction. She is amazing, by the way. And I'm now curious about something. Do you think that artists sing a song the way they interpret it and how they feel in the moment? Or do you think they look at the music, lyrics, sheets first and determine what techniques they're going to use at certain parts? So you can do this either way. Sometimes I'll get students to read the words off the page without any kind of melody to try and get that underlying message through. But that doesn't always work in like every case. Like, you know, the Fast Food Rockers song isn't going to be like heavy on the emotion. So each song has to be taken on its own merits. But I would say that there is definitely a benefit to understanding what you're singing about before you start singing, and then adding technique on top of that. And with that, the questions are done. So we are going to crack on with this hair. Ugh. Why did I choose to do this? Why? Right, so this has been in for about 20 minutes or so now, and it has lifted a fair bit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the smell. I'm going to take the hair bands out and I'm going to start going through the roots. This is just going to be caking on as hard as possible, and then I'll leave it for another like 20 minutes or something. We'll see. Okay, here we go. I think I might just have to cut these out. Oh, this was a mistake. Big mistake. Huge. Okay, so the hair tie thing I thought would be clever, but it was a huge, huge mistake because it took me ages to get that out. That was a faff and a half. Oh, there's another one. Oh, get out. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just brush loads of it into the roots, comb it through and try and get it completely saturated. Talking like I know what I'm doing, I don't. Okay, I'm going to start combing this in so that it gets to all the hair, and then I'll go back over it. If you haven't noticed already, my hair is super thick and it grows like bamboo. It's like I'm not bothered if something bad happens because it's not the end of the world, it's just hair. Okay. Get that back in the heat. Right, so we're just gonna let this incubate, and it's quite stingy. So I'm gonna go and wash my forehead and we'll be back in, say, like 20 minutes. We'll see. Okay, so I have just rinsed it out. I don't know what it looks like. I shoved a hat on as soon as I got out of the shower. So let's take a look. I will probably have to go in and do this again because my hair was dark. So if it's like orange, that's fine. Just I'm gearing myself up for this. Okay, let's go. Oh. Oh. Okay, so it looks lighter on the camera than it is in real life. Oh. Holy. Oh my word. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely going to need another go with the bleach. So let's just go in and do it. My hair still feels fine. It's quite thin now, but that's cool. We can work with that. Right, let's just go and do another go at this. Okay, so I now look like a Neapolitan ice cream, like white, well, yellow, red and brown. But that's what we're living with. So I'm gonna go in again, just one more time, like a quick light one to try and take it up just a tiny bit more before I do the toner. Oh, I'll pray for my hair. I put a little bit of coconut oil on it Some people say that does everything, some people say that does nothing, so I'm banking on it doing something. I'm also going to use a little bit more developer and make it a bit of a thinner consistency because I've heard that that'll be a bit gentler. I mean, gentle. We're stripping all the colour out of my hair, so as gentle as we can be in this situation. Gloves on again. This time they kind of match my hair. How about that? Okay, so we're just going to kind of apply this kind of lightly all over and leave it for, I don't know, 20 minutes max. This isn't going to take much. I will try and get the ends first, but this is kind of a slap it on job. Brush it through so it gets into every strand. And drop the comb because that makes you look like you really know what you're doing. I wonder if there's like hairdressy people that are kind of watching this through their fingers. Probably. But you know what? If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. So there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna let this kind of develop again, maximum of 20 minutes or less because it is feeling quite hot just now, like burny. Okay, we have just done a second bleach, which was definitely not good for my hair, but whatever. And I've not looked at it yet, so let's just take a look. Okay, so it's definitely lighter than it was before. Still feels okay. Still feels not too bad. So the next thing I need to do is put a toner on it. Apparently that lifts out yellow tones. Or, I don't know, toner might work in loads of different ways, but the one I'm using is to get rid of the yellow tones. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna use some purple shampoo. So I've got this Jerome Russell Maximum Blonde stuff. So we're gonna try that out. So let's see. So I read the instructions of this and it says that you have to have like washed hair using shampoo. So I actually used that blue shampoo and kind of stained my hair blue. So then I washed it again with just like normal shampoo and it has actually come up quite light. So we're now going to use this stuff. How do you work? Towel dry hair, done. Massage toner evenly through hair from root to tip, can do. Pile hair on top of head, it's already there. And cover with a plastic hood, I can do that. Apply heat with a hairdryer for 5 minutes and then allow it to develop for a maximum of 30 minutes. Very dry hair could process in 10 to 15. So mine is dry now, so we'll maybe do 15. Let's try it out. Okay, here we go. So it's like bright purple. Ugh. Okay. Massage that in from root to tip. Oh, it lathers up. Okay, so I put a hairdryer on it for 5 minutes. I don't know what that's supposed to do, but it's going to do something. And we're going to leave it for 15 minutes and then wash it out. So while this is sitting in my hair, I thought I would take a little second to say thank you so much for making this happen. 100,000 is insane. I never thought for a second that I would hit this target. I know there's millions of vocal coaches on YouTube, so for you to come along on my channel is just, I'm forever grateful. I can't even tell you. And I am going to cherish this for life. It is a snapshot in time for me. During the time to get these 100,000 subscribers, you guys, there has been so much going on, like obviously globally, which has had to change the way that I work. I've had chronic pain issues that I've had to deal with and, you know, erratic kind of scheduling stuff. And the fact that you guys still come along, even though I'm just 3 sheets to the wind most of the time, it just floors me. So thank you so much. Honestly, thank you. Okay, so the toner was on for like 10 minutes. I'm glad I didn't leave it on for that much longer because the dry parts of my hair have like soaked up the purple. So it's got a kind of a purple tint to it. But that doesn't matter anyway because we are now going to dye it silver. This has been a process. I'm tired. So I'm going to use this Colorista, and it's silver grey. And apparently, if your hair is like really light, it'll go like bright, bright, bright silver, like the plaque. So let's just get on with it. Let's do this. Let's finish this finally. So apparently, you take this stuff, which is the coloring gel, and put it into the developer cream, shake it up, and then put it on your head. So let's do that. Oh, gloves again. I keep forgetting gloves. Use gloves, everyone. Use gloves. I mean, this is not a tutorial, so let's just get that clear from the get-go. I am not an authority on this at all. Clearly. Okay, so that's all shaken, and now I'm just gonna put it on my head. So let's do this. Right, so that's that on, and I need to leave it for half an hour, 30 minutes, so let's do that. And there we have it. So it is kind of gone a bit more blue than silver, but I'm not that angry at this. So finally done. I have dyed my hair to match my plaque. Ish. Final thoughts from a definite non-expert is give your hair time between bleaching. I did it one after the other and it was sore. It also might help if you leave it so that your hair doesn't take in too much of like the purple pigment, because I've dyed it blue and, well, bluey again. But I think that'll kind of settle as time goes on. So yeah, I'm all right with this. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I will definitely dye my hair metallic gold when I get to 1 million. So that's the next goal. If you want to see that, you know what to do. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Anyway, bye! Oh, and thank you